God damn it.
Nope. Oh, your diopter fell out?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? I'm here. Jake's here. I'm Jake. Whatever, how you want to... I'm not good with these intros, but it's whatever. So Get FPV actually sent me some of that new to test out and play with. The HDO2s and the new Orqas. These things are... yeah, we'll get to that. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you what I like, dislike, and maybe what Kyle liked and disliked or whatnot about these two headsets. I'm not going to get into the text, the specs, and all that craziness because that's not who I am. That's not how I do this. What I want to know is how they work, do they work, and which one I like most and why. So that's what I'm going to give you guys today. So with that being said, let's get right into it. First off, the HDO2s. Fatshark kept the same form factor I've liked for the last 3.5-4 years. They came out and they changed this up a little bit, I noticed, and it still felt really good. There's not a lot of light leakage or anything like that, which is great. That was one of my main complaints about my HD3s is that there's a little bit of light leak, but it's coming from the shell. It's not coming from anything else. It's coming from the shell, which is crazy on the HD3s. No light leak issues with these. That's one thing I really liked about it. Now, these guys came out with some new on these, of course, which is awesome. We've always had these IPD adjustments, so you can move them back and forth. But now you have the focus adjustment. So as you can see in there, those bad boys are moving up and down. So the people who have glasses and whatnot don't have to worry about getting diopters or anything like that. It's built right in. Awesome. They've needed that for a while too. The biggest change that they made, in my opinion, is going to be the power button. The power button is crucial, in my opinion, because I don't like fiddling with the barrel connector to try to plug it in. Hated that, still do. I modified my HD3s. I can't speak. I modified my HD3s with a power switch so I could turn them on and off, and I really liked it. The other thing I really like is the fact that they took away the little plug for the fan. Now you just click this and when it's powered on and your fan turns on. Everything else, all the same functions of the previous models. The DVR is there. However, I don't like the fact that they kept the darn SD card where it is. I hate fiddling with that. And then I mean, the one thing that they did really improve on in here with the fan ducting was the fact that it's hitting this foam and being evenly distributed around your eyes rather than right directly into your eyes. But I don't like where the micro SD card is. It's so hard to get it out of there. Sometimes you're clicking it, you're fiddling with it, you're even going like this to get it out of there. I don't like that. The other thing that's kind of cool but kind of not, as we were kind of talking about there with the airflow, is the fact that they got this cushion here. Now, it's a double-edged sword. Yes, it helps evenly distribute the air so it's whirling around rather than going directly into your eye. But I catch myself having my eyelashes just barely touch it. So it feels like there's a little ant or something like that on my eyelash. Didn't like that. All the other functions are basically the same. You have your volume up and volume down for the earpiece because you have your 3.5mm jack down here and you can put a headphone in there so you can hear your motor spin if you have a mic on your quad, of course. You can also record by pressing and holding and then clicking so that the DVR functions go. Now, with that being said, you press and hold, a little red light will pop up in here, and then you click, and then that little red light will actually start blinking to signify that it's actually recording. These, of course, adjust your picture, so the contrast, brightness, whatnot right there. All basically the same, and the old classic Fatshark, I will say I love my Fatsharks and all that craziness. Next up, the Orqas. The Orqas are pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. I was actually thinking that this stealthy plastic look was going to be bad. All honesty, the plastic is fairly good. It's a higher quality plastic than I thought they were going to come out with. I thought it was going to be like 3D printed or nasty or whatever. The other thing I really like is button placement on these things. So they have a lot of the same functions, the Fatsharks in these. So you have your fan, you have your DVR, you have all that stuff in there as well. You can adjust your brightness and contrast. You can actually adjust a lot more than that on here, your gamma and all that stuff too. However, the menus and everything are a lot easier to deal with, in my opinion. They're not so generic looking, I guess, and they're easier to read. And that may be because of the OLED screens and everything, but it's been pretty good. I like the one-click function. I like the one-click function for the power on, power off. You can change that as well to be a click and then hold or whatnot there. The one click for the fan, amazing too. On, off right there. These things light up nice and bright as well. Now, one of my favorite things about all the buttons is the DVR record function. It is super easy to just hit record. The Fatsharks, you press and hold, click again. It's, in my opinion, it's kind of a nuisance. Whereas this is just a simple click of the record button and boom, you got a record symbol up in your upper right hand corner and it's recording and you don't have to worry about it. You know it's recording just from the inside in the OSD. It's pretty stinking cool. This shipped to me with the rapid fire on here, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not greatly experienced in the rapid fire. There's a lot of different menus in there that I didn't get to play with, or need to play with, I should say. But the headset's buttons actually work with the rapid fire just fine, so you don't have to fiddle around with all the menus in here. These should work just fine. The other thing I really liked on this is the Ipd movement. Just like the Fatsharks, you can, of course, widen it. Or you can shorten that distance between the IPDs there. A lot of people, one out there, was really complaining about this, that plasticky sound. I really like that. It does have a function to it, which is to lock it in place. That way, when you're grabbing it out of your bag or anything like that, you're not having issues where you're moving those around. The form factor here, as far as comfortability, I really like that it came with a nice thick foam here, and it fits with my nose just fine. I didn't have any issues with it not being comfortable on my face. The other thing I really liked is the fact that the memory card slot is over here. It's open and it's not a pain in the ass to get to. However, some people didn't like the fact that the diopters from the Fatsharks didn't fit in. So after me playing with it, Bryce playing with it, Kyle not playing with them, I should say them, I've come to the conclusion that I really like the Orqas. Now the Orqas, they just fit my face better. I don't need diopters, so just having the Ipd movement is great for me. And they just work well and they look cool. The other thing I really liked is the fact that they came with an 1.5-inch strap. I don't like that small strap. It actually feels like it causes like a headache or a pain. So I dig that. The Fatsharks are great and everything, and they have the same form factor as usual. I didn't like the fact that my eyelashes touched. I didn't like the little things like that. And I think that Orqa made a whole lot of improvements on the things that Fatshark kind of messed up on. Realistically, yeah, these are going to be great for somebody who needs glasses and whatnot, but I like everything about the Orqas, plus their upgradability for the future proofing. Fatshark, step up your game, dude. These guys are on it right now, and I feel like you're gonna get left behind. What I'm gonna show here now is some straight up DVR footage. That was another problem, is the Fatsharks, when I was recording with the Fatsharks, would only record up to about 20 seconds. I don't know why. I had a good memory card. I had a good memory card in both setups. I just don't understand why it wouldn't record more than about 20-30 seconds of footage. That was just concerning. But You guys can check it out and see what you like about it yourselves. And then if you could, do me a favor, I'd like to hear what you guys think or what you guys have experienced. If you've played with them, if you haven't played with them, what your opinion is on what I'm doing here would be great as well in the comments below. The other thing, obviously, if you like this, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications when I do come out with some new content. With all that being said, here's some flight footy, guys. Enjoy your day, have a blast, and keep ripping, guys.